What is up, my friends? It's Ray back here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 of the best Nintendo Switch games that you need to play at some point this year. From Mario to Zelda to Animal Crossing to Pokemon to retro classics to incredible indie titles, third-party titles, and beyond, the Nintendo Switch is just the gift that keeps on giving. Once you think you're all caught up on games, another one comes out, and this seems to happen week after week after week. As you can imagine, since there are so many excellent games out there, narrowing this list down to just 10 wasn't an easy thing for me to do. Before we continue on with this top 10 though, I want to remind you guys to smash that subscribe button and hit that bell notification icon so you can be notified by YouTube whenever I decide to live stream and upload new videos. Also, if you want some faster updates from me and more content, you can follow along over on my Twitter or Instagram at Ray Strazdas. Every sub, every follow, every thumbs up, it all helps support the channel, so let's continue to grow together and get back to this here list. Alright, so first up is Paper Mario: The Origami King. Origami King is the game that, as of this video, I am currently obsessed with. Paper Mario is one of those series that is just so incredibly unique that it makes for a great example as to how creative Nintendo can be and how willing they are to try new things. The charm and adventure that Paper Mario games bring to the table is second to none, and this latest installment is no exception to that trend. The graphics are beautiful, the soundtrack is great, the story is awesome, and there are just so many hilarious moments along the way that make this a game that's just filled with a whole lot of vibrant paper-filled fun. Next up is Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Xenoblade Chronicles is a massive open-world RPG that immerses you in an intense battle between man and machine, Homs and Mechon. You'll guide Shulk and his companions to the edge of the Bionis to protect his colony from the Mechon invasion with the mighty Monado blade in hand. I never had the chance to experience any of the previous Xenoblade games before this, so I was pleasantly surprised at how deep and how intense the storyline gets. Aside from the updated graphics and remastered soundtrack, this definitive edition brings with it well over 100 hours worth of content. If you're a fan of RPGs and want to be busy for quite a while, Xenoblade is an excellent game that you will no doubt enjoy. Moving on down the list is Luigis Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion games have always held a special place in my heart, and this third installment in the series on the Switch is just a home run. Luigi's Mansion 3 is another great example of Nintendo's wild imagination, with creative hotel floors, a compelling action-packed adventure, and an expanding multiplayer mode. Luigi ghost-busting with a poltergust is something I don't think we ever thought we'd see, but it works so well. Mario always ends up getting the superstar treatment, but in many cases, Luigi and his cowardness just do it better, and Luigi's Mansion 3 is proof of that. Next up is Astral Chain. Astral Chain in many ways is very much like Xenoblade Chronicles in that it's an action-adventure RPG. However, there are many differences that make it a much different game. Taking place in a 2078 futuristic megacity, you assume the role of a Neuron Police Task Force agent solving mysterious cases, beating up Chimera, and using your trusty legion bound by chain to make your way through both the real world and the otherworldly astral plane. The game is very cyberpunk style with fast-paced action and an awesome soundtrack to match. If you've ever played a game like Bayonetta or Bayonetta 2, you are going to love Astral Chain. Platinum Games doesn't disappoint, and they have themselves a real winner here. Continuing on, we're gonna take a step back and slow things down a bit with Animal Crossing New Horizons. There's really not much of a need for me to explain why New Horizons is on this list because, well, not only is it one of those games that can easily take over your life if you choose to let it, but it's also one of those games that every Switch owner most likely has. It's a system-selling game. Taking advantage of Tom Nook's getaway package to build out your island paradise, recruiting cute villagers to live there, and the ability to escape the real world to live your own virtual life the way you want is very enticing, especially today in 2020. New Horizons just came out at the perfect time, and it's an excellent escape from everything going on in the world. Next in line at number 6 is Pokemon Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield are the first mainline core Pokemon games to make their way to the Switch, and they offer up a number of awesome new features. From a brand new region to explore in Galar, to the wild area, to new Pokemon to catch, and more, Sword and Shield not only bring with them a whole lot of new content, but also offer a glimpse into the future of the series. Not to mention, they have 2 DLC packs, Isle of Armor that was just recently released, and Crown Tundra, which is coming this fall. If you're a Pokemon fan and don't already have Sword or Shield, it is totally worth picking up so you can get a head start on the DLC adventures. Next on the list is Burnout Paradise Remastered. If you've ever wanted a peek inside of the teenage mind of Ray, Paradise is a good start. Man, I just love the Burnout series so much back in the day, and to see it get some love again just makes me so happy. Unlike the other games in the series, Paradise was the first to make the jump to an open world racing game. Even though the game was originally released in 2008, it holds the test of time extremely well and looks great on the Switch. There's just something about driving around, wrecking havoc, and listening to the game's awesome soundtrack that just stuck with me. Back in 2008, Paradise was no doubt ahead of its time, and I can't even tell you guys how many hours I logged into it back then. If you like driving, living by your own rules, and causing chaos, you're gonna love Burnout Paradise. Continuing on, at number 8 is Ring Fit Adventure. Now, I talk a lot about Ring Fit, but that's for good reason. It's an adventure game, yes, but it's also a fantastic workout. During this whole stay-at-home quarantine, I've been living and breathing Ring Fit Adventure as my main way of getting in a workout since all the gyms are closed, and it hasn't disappointed. Ring Fit is no joke. It's a tough challenge that I guarantee will make you break a sweat. I know the game has been tough to find, but if it pops up online and you have a Switch, I highly recommend giving it a try. But considering the popularity of Ring Fit, I fully expect a character from the game to end up in Smash at some point. May sound crazy, but hey, you never know. In the 9th spot is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX. This unique Pokemon game is unlike any other one in the series. Rescue Team DX is a remake of the 2005 GBA and DS pair of classics, Mystery Dungeon Blue and Red Rescue Team. The game starts you out as a human who later turns into a Pokemon. Along the way, as you and your partner travel through various different dungeons trying to seek answers, you'll battle wild Pokemon, gain new partners to help you, and even fend off legendary Pokemon. I think what I love the most though about this DX version is how well the games were reimagined. The cartoonish art style just looks simply gorgeous. Mystery Dungeon DX is one of those games that makes you realize just how good the Switch is at giving new life to older games. This just further proves that. And last but not least, in the 10th and final spot is New Super Lucky's Tale. My love for New Super Lucky's Tale is well documented by now. It's an adventure game that pays homage to the classic 3D platformers that we all know and love on the N64. Lucky's charming feel-good adventure has you jump, burrow, and tail swipe your way through a variety of different levels where you're trying to recover all the missing pages in the Book of Ages from the evil sorcerer Jinx. Having grown up with the N64 as my very first video game console, New Super Lucky's Tale just hits home for me. The vibrant graphics, feel-good music, and charm that Lucky gives off just makes this a game worth checking out. And there you have it, 10 Nintendo Switch games worth playing in 2020. But don't forget, it doesn't stop there. There are still games like Super Mario Odyssey, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Breath of the Wild, Cuphead, Celeste, and so many more that are also worth playing. This list is a good start, but it doesn't even scratch the surface as to what the Switch offers. Anywho, that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it and found it helpful. If you did, you know the drill by now. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button because it always helps out the channel. And until the next one, I'll catch you guys later. Peace!